Okay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Ria.
And how long have you been crocheting?
I've been crocheting for like 10 years now, almost
Oh my
10 years.
god. I didn't know you
Yeah.
had been crocheting that long. Okay. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, so how did you start crocheting? Like, who taught you or anything like that?
My grandfather's wife kind of got like introduced me to it because I had gotten a crochet kit for Christmas one year. And that's it was a Star Wars crochet kit because I have a big Star Wars family.
Oh, does anyone else in your family crochet? Like, other
Um,
grandparents or anything like that?
yes, so Janet, my grandfather's wife, does know how to crochet. I know my Tia, Kathy, crochets and knits, and then my Tia Hope.
Oh, how silly. How fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Do you think it's important to understand the written language of crochet, especially like now that we have like the internet and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like, at least get the basics down, and then
Yeah.
once you start figuring out the other, I think you just have to have the basics. Once you get to the more complicated stitches, I really don't think it matters if you're using the
Yeah.
right thing, as long as
Especially
you know what it means.
yeah, especially since a lot of like patterns and videos will include like if it's a complicated stitch, they'll include like tutorials on how to do the complicated stitch. Like
Yeah,
and all
like
of that.
berry stitches and
Yeah,
yeah.
like bobbles and like I don't know. Also, there's multiple names for different stitches, like and that varies with like language and stuff like that, right? Like I was
Yeah, exactly.
I was crocheting today and I saw something that said like S tog 2 and I was like, I think this just means a decrease or something. Cause like, what is this?
Oh, like slip together?
No, it literally so in
Or
knitting it's a little different. They use like different terms, right? And they'll use like SC2 tog and it just means to decrease or something like that.
Odd. Okay, we'll single crochet together. Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, it
Or,
was a
or
weird
single something
experience.
together.
Yeah.
Okay,
Next
cool.
question. Do you participate in like crochet communities and how do you do it? Do you do it like online or anything like that?
I participate in them to an extent. I will go on social media and I'll go on Pinterest and mostly TikTok and look to see, what people are making. I'll comment on some videos. I usually don't post what I'm making just because
Yeah.
they're usually just small gifts for people or
Right.
I'm just bored.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. I like to interact with people's work, but I don't like love posting my work because I'm like, am I really good enough to be like doing this?
See, I
Um,
feel the same. I'm just like, eh.
and then do you use a lot of like free patterns or anything like that online?
Yeah, I do find again. I use a lot of Pinterest and TikTok,
Yeah.
and a lot of the times I'll look at something and just make my own pattern if I can't find
That's
one for
so
anything.
fair. And especially since you've been crocheting so long, I'm sure that's like easier like compared to like newer people for sure.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I could look at something and kind of figure out how it was done, which I think is cool. But I don't usually, I don't. Yeah.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Question kind of related to the last thing we were talking about like looking at it and just knowing. Do you think like in the crochet and like fiber arts community, like do you think it's accepting? Because I found that there's like quite a bit of like elitism and stuff like that, like, oh, I know exactly what I'm looking at and I know how to do it, and you don't. And I'm like, that doesn't seem
Um,
right.
see because I'm like so like I don't interact that much. It's so seldom I don't see that often. But
Right.
so do not doubt that it does for sure happen because
Yeah.
people like I don't know they have like a superiority complex in what they're making, and it's understandable to an extent. You should be proud of what you're doing, but you don't have to be a jerk and be like
Yeah.
I can do this stitch and you can't, loser.
Like I find that this kind of elitism comes with like how long you've been in the community too, because I
Yeah.
rarely will I hear anyone who's like younger than like 30 ever say anything like this. But the second I
Yeah.
start like hearing like people in like in-person clubs or like online that are like 60, all of them kind of
Yeah.
have this like tone that just I don't really enjoy. But I will say like the younger people in the community are definitely more accepting and like they want you to be a part of the community.
For sure, and I think that's just, you can use that example for a lot of things, generational elitism.
Yeah. And I think it's about like that with a lot of fiber arts too, because what I've noticed, like even in like sewing, it's kind of like that too, and that kind of makes me
Oh,
upset.
for sure. Yes, I have experienced that in sewing because like of my tias and all that.
Yeah, don't even get me started on the sewing.
LMAO.
Okay. One of the last questions. I have like two more questions, but they're shorter. What advice would you give to like new crocheters and other people trying to join the community?
Okay, sorry, it cut out. So what advice would I give to like people who are coming into the community,
Yeah,
like new
into
crocheters?
crochet or
Okay.
fiber arts or anything like that.
Honestly, just, I mean, start off, like, don't get, like, too ambitious with your first project.
Oh,
You're just
yeah.
gonna end up frustrating yourself. Like, I even get kind of over ambitious, and I've been doing this for, like, 10 years on and off, so, like, it's like, pace yourself, know what you can do, and if you want to make something similar to that so you can work your way up to a project, that's totally cool, too. There's no set time limit, and also, do not overwhelm yourself with projects.
Oh,
I
yeah.
still do that, and it is so stressful.
Yeah, always start early for Christmas gifts. Like start earlier than you think you need to because
Start like July.
yeah. How do you use crochet and fiber arts to express yourself creativity like creatively?
Creatively. So I'm also in a lot of other different communities. I'm
Right.
like mostly in the K-pop community, and then like clans and stuff. I
Yeah.
think I like to. I've been trying to do the like tapestry. The
Yeah, tapestry
ones.
crochet? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I've been trying to do that just so you can make album covers, you can do different designs with that, which
Yeah.
I think is really cool.
I think a lot of people underestimate like crochet's ability to like be like so many different things, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because
I
like
mean, yeah,
when people think of crochet, I feel like they always think of like blankets, and in reality, I could make a couch. Like
yeah, exactly. Like,
okay.
it's cool, and I think, like, my favorite thing to make is, like, flowers.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I was gonna ask that question, but then I thought of a better like outro question, which is, right now. Final question. The most important question in the entire crochet community. Do you
Yeah.
prefer the chain 4 or the magic circle?
All right, look, man. I am ashamed to admit this. Once again, I've been here for 10 years. I learned how to make a magic circle maybe 6 months ago. So, I prefer chain 4 because magic circles, I do not like how you can adjust them.
How do you
And
not like that you can adjust them?
I do not, like, for what I do, it's just more uniform, and I know that it's very convenient for other projects, but for the ones I've done that have, like,
The
a
circle?
magic circle, it makes me want to smash my head in the wall.
Maybe it's because I started doing magic circles right when I started crocheting, but like
Okay,
I don't
real.
understand people's like hatred against the magic circle. I just don't get it.
Oh my god, yeah, I did not start. I started with chain 4, bro.
I think I just hate like the little circle you get in the middle of like granny squares specifically, and I just can't stand how that looks. So I'm like, magic circles have to happen.
Okay, so real.
Yeah.
So real.
Well, that's all the questions I had. Thank you for doing my silly little interview with me.